Hi friends, it's Miss Colleen at Discovery Hill. Today I'd like to talk to you about living and non-living things. What does that mean? Well, something that is living are things like plants and animals or other organisms. They move, they reproduce or make offspring, and they respond to their environment. They need air and food and water to survive. Now, something that's a little tricky is that things that are dead but used to be alive still count as living. So then what is something that's non-living? Well, non-living things cannot move, they cannot reproduce, and they cannot grow. They have never been alive. I'm going to gather some things around the garden, and we're going to see if we can sort them by living and non-living. Are you ready to get started? Here we go. So here you see my collection of things, both non-living and living, that I gathered around the garden and in the classroom. And then I have two circles here, one for living and one for non-living. I'm going to sort my items. Here's a weed I just pulled from the garden. Now, it's not growing anymore, but is it living or non-living? Well, it once was alive and growing, so that counts as living. Now, how about this glue stick? Is this living or non-living? You got it. That is definitely non-living, not alive, never was alive. Next, let's look at some leaves. This is a leaf I just plucked from a tree. I'm gonna say that is living. But what about a leaf that's fallen from quite a while ago? This leaf is dead, but it was once alive, so again, it's going into living. I found this out in the garden. Someone's forgotten toy. Is that living or non-living? You got it. That is non-living. Now, I know you're curious about this one. Let's take a closer look. So this is a jawbone from a cow. You can even see its teeth. So it used to be like this. It's a big mouth. But this cow isn't alive anymore. But it once was. And these bones once grew. And so, you guessed it, it's living. I found this big rock. Let's see. A rock doesn't grow. It doesn't need food or water. So, it is non-living. So I gathered a scoop of dirt. Soil. Is that living or non-living? Well, this one's a little trickier. Soil itself is non-living. But it does have living things inside. Like when I scooped this one up, I found this guy who is currently living, breathing, needs air and water and food. This is a worm that is alive. It is very much living. So I'm going to put the worm in our living category. But the dirt, that is non-living. Glass of water. Does it need air and food? Does it grow? Well, it's a big, important part of making living things, but all by itself, it is non-living. Here's an easy one. We have a plant currently growing, depending on food, air, and water. It is definitely living. This old plastic bottle I found, trash in the garden? Non-living. A stick. Used to be part of a tree. It was once alive and growing. It's living. I know you know this one. It's living. Now everything left in here, a tool, some keys, a penny, and this old bottle cap I found in the garden. You got it. They all go in the same category, and I know you know they are non-living. So there you have it. Here's all of the living items we found and the non-living. There's a song I like to sing that helps me remember if things are living or non-living. Would you like to hear my song? Here it is. It is living, I know why, I know why. It eats and breathes and grows, it eats and breathes and grows. It's alive, it's alive. Okay, friends, now you're the experts on living and non-living. I'd like you to go outside and gather some things you find, and then sort them into living and non-living.
Thanks for joining me today at Discovery Hill. I hope to see you again soon. What will you find when you play outside?